he who controls the deal controls the wealth. And by providing that education and providing that resource to these people, they will ultimately bring you a deal. And if you know that you can get 25% of those people to bring you deals, it's just a numbers game.
It's time for the Creative Real Estate Podcast, your source for out-of-the-box real estate investing strategies, brought to you by ecospace.com. Now, here's your hosts, Adam and Jason.
Welcome to the Creative Real Estate Podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason J. Lou Lewis, and today it's going to be just me for a specific reason, and that is I want to share a quote. This quote's been on my mind this past week or so, and it's because we have so many people reach out to us that say, hey, Jason, man, I love what you're doing. I want to do what you're doing, and that might be with my brokerage business or development division or property management, whatever that might be, fix and flip. And they'll come to me and say, hey, Jason, which this happened today, and this is what kind of triggered it and why I'm just going to do a quick solo episode. And they reached out and said, hey, Jason, man, I'd love to connect up. My ultimate goal is $10,000 of passive income by the end of the year. And here's what I'm thinking, how I'm going to get there. I get that a lot. Hey, I want $10,000 of passive income. I want to own 10 properties by the end of the year. I want to own a vacation house by the end of the year. I want to do 20 brokerage deals. I want to fix and flip 6 properties. They always tell the end goal, and that's great. But today's time is so different than a few years back in the way that there is such a lack of inventory in real estate and an oversupply of money that getting to the end result from the beginning just doesn't really work. And what I mean by that is they saying, I want a deal. I want to make a deal on brokerage. I want to buy a deal as an investor, but so does everyone else. And what I mean by that is there is an oversupply of buyers and an oversupply of money and an undersupply of deals. So no one this past couple of weeks have come to me and said, hey, Jason, I have a plan here. I want to control 20 deals this year and then figure out how I can make money off of those. I want to control the deal flow, and I want to have a goal of underwriting so many deals or buying so many deals or putting them under contracts. Again, it's controlling, or if you're on a brokerage side, controlling the listings. So the quote comes to mind that's been on my mind for a while now is, for whoever commands the sea commands the trade. Another version of that I've seen over the years, it's a little more simplified, is he who controls the seas controls the world. And that's an old school back in the day when, everyone was sailing the seas and trying to take over new continents and finding out the world was flat or not. And that saying was, whoever commands the seas commands the trade. And I believe that is exactly what holds true today, but with a little twist of he or she. Again, today it's a different time. A lot more people on both sides doing deals, he and she. So I want to make sure that we highlight that let's put that in there. She who controls the deal controls the wealth. He who controls the deal controls the money. And what I mean by that is, if you control the listing, you're what every buyer wants. You will get a deal, you will make money because you control the listing, which is what's in demand. If you find an off-market opportunity, a deal, you will control the wealth, you will control the money because the money wants what you have. There's not an oversupply of deals and an undersupply of money, but an oversupply of money and an undersupply of deals. So let's figure out our strategies based around how to control the deals. That's it. You find a deal, you will make money because the money will come to you. The buyer will come to you. So put your strategy into place. And when you come to a mentor or someone like myself, bring that plan of how you're going to find deals and how you're going to consistently have that deal flow come to you. So a few items that I had scratched down before this and after this person reached out to me saying, I want to have $10,000 of passive income by the end of the year. I was like, man, you got to find the deals, man. So here are the ways that I think you can find deals and if you master one of these, that's how you master that deal flow. And I'm going to go over these somewhat quickly because these, in a sense, you could do full episodes on just each one of these. Is content. I'm seeing people that are pushing out content the last few years on social media or really any avenue. If you are the master of content, you will be the master of deals because the deals will find you. The people will reach out to you. They will respect you. They will follow you. They will want to do business with you because you are providing value to them. And also you're just controlling eyeballs. I think that all of these, it's he or she who controls eyeballs, controls deals, which ultimately controls wealth and money. You get people watching your stuff, clicking your links, following your transactions, seeing that you have the most signs in the neighborhood. If you're a listing agent, they will want to come to you and work with you. So content, be the master of it. Cold calling. I think that's a lost art of picking up the phone and saying, hey, owner, I want to add value to you. Ultimately, you'll add value to yourself. You'll add value to the buyer who wants that deal. You will control the C's at that point. Mailers. I still think there's opportunities in mailers and getting creative, overlaying technology and apps now with those mailers and automation. Emails. Definitely, I think email is hated, but honestly, you still use it. There's still value there. You master the ClickFunnels. You master how to write those. You learn the trade of email mastering, and you will be able to get continuous deal flow through that. Networking and meetups. If you become the master at that, you host events, you host the RIAs or the actual meetups, or you just host social real estate get-together events, and or you're the person that goes to all of those and masters the networking. There's the new cards, they're dots, and you put all of your links on there and you tap the end of a iPhone, and because of the RFID scanner, it automatically pops up and it saves all of your information and a person's contacts in your phone. You master that. You go to every single networking event, every single real estate event, and you will say, I'm going to tap this card on 10 phones on every event and say, here's who I am. Here's how I can help you. Here's how we can add synergy to each other. And every day, whether you're in the grocery store line, you get that card and just say, oh, hey, nice to meet you. If you ever need any real estate or if you ever have a house to sell, boom, tap it, master that, and you will get deals. Education. There is a lot of money in education, tons of money in education, but take that aside. Education brings deals to you. The people that are putting on these education programs and selling these online programs and video series, they care about the money, but in reality, where they make the most money is that brings eyeballs to them. That brings potential deals to them. I know one of the groups that does these seminars for fix and flips, they track and they know that 25% of the attendees that come to those events will ultimately do a deal with them because they know that they will find a deal. They'll be out chopping wood in the forest, kind of being the lumberjacks for them, and they bring the wood to, into them. It's kind of an analogy I hear some of the people use. They want lumberjacks. These are people that are out chopping wood for them, so they're not having to chop the wood for themselves. And these education providers have all of these lumberjacks out there looking for deals. And ultimately, when they find a deal, they're like, I don't know what to do with that. I'm not quite ready there. I don't have enough money to do this deal. It's over my head. Hey, can you help me? That's that 25% of those attendees that ultimately bring them a deal where they can partner. He who controls the deal controls the wealth. And by providing that education and providing that resource to these people, they will ultimately bring you a deal. And if you know that you can get 25% of those people to bring you deals, it's just a numbers game. Provide more education, which ultimately will provide you more deals. It's basic math. joy, happiness, entertainment. I think that's one that I wish that I could be a master of is just being that person that is joyful every day, that is happy, that is providing entertainment to others. So it attracts people. People want to be around those individuals, whether that's what you're doing on social media is providing that happiness, providing that entertainment. It might not be providing education or information about real estate, but you're just providing joy, happiness, and entertainment to others. And ultimately, if they know that you're a real estate person, you're looking for deals, or you're a real estate broker, you will attract those people that want to do business. They want to give back to you, and they say, man, this person's provided enough value through joy, happiness, entertainment to me over the years. I'm getting ready to list my home. I want to reach out to this person. So I think those are the ways that I've just in my head before this podcast kind of wrote down. And after this person reached out to me saying they want the $10,000 of passive income, this is what I'm going to share with them. You master one of these, ultimately you will get the deals, which then will allow you to reach that $10,000 of passive income per month. So for whoever commands the seas, commands the trade, let's go make it happen. Let's get creative. That's what the Creative Real Estate Podcast has started. And why we're still doing this is to find creative ways to add value to others, which ultimately adds value to us, which then ultimately adds value to the world. That's it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. And as always, until next time, my friends, think outside the box.
Thank you so much for listening to the Creative Real Estate Podcast. And if you got value from this episode of the podcast, please take the time to leave us a rating and review on iTunes. Give us a written rating and a review. We'd really, really appreciate it. I'm going to let you go, but until next time, think outside the box.